Yo, what's good, everyone? This is Ayo Boxing with Madiba, and we're here to talk about why Bam Rodriguez will never fight Naoya Inoue. So this past weekend, Jesse Bam Rodriguez defeated Juan Estrada in a career-defining win. I predicted that Bam would win by decision and knock down Estrada at least once, but I didn't expect for Bam to beat him up like that and stop him in that fashion. That was an all-time great body shot knockout. It was a pound-for-pound performance and his best win to date in my opinion. At the age of 24, Bam has already assembled a Hall of Fame-worthy resume, with wins over 3 of the 4 flyweight kings and Sonny Edwards. Some people are critical of Bam's performance and resume, citing that Bam beat an out-of-prime and older version of Quadras, Rungvisai, and Estrada, with Estrada coming off a 2-year layoff, and there's some truth to that criticism, but the general consensus is extremely positive and I feel the same way. But due to this win and the hype, a lot of fans and boxing pundits want to see Bam fight Naoya Inoue, and that would be a fantastic matchup. Certainly a modern day classic between 2 pound-for-pound caliber fighters, and as much as I love that idea, that fight is a fantasy fight. Just like Inoue versus Gervonta Tank Davis, Bam versus Inoue is unrealistic and will most likely never happen. Bam fights at 115 while Inoue fights at 122. That means Bam would have to jump up 2 weight classes to fight Inoue. Even though it's only a 7-pound difference, jumping up 2 weight classes is not an easy feat. Most people who have tried it end up losing, like Amir Khan versus Canelo or Kell Brook versus Triple G. The only people who have done it successfully that comes to mind is Manny Pacquiao versus an older Oscar De La Hoya and Roberto Duran versus Ray Leonard. Maybe Bam could do it like Pacquiao or Duran, or maybe he fails like Khan and Brook. I would root for Bam to win, but Inoue will probably win due to his power, skills, and size. But size and weight are not the main reasons why this fight would never happen. Time is the main reason why this fight would never happen. It's widely believed that Inoue will move up to featherweight next year, while Bam will have to fight Estrada in a rematch later this year. So by the time Bam is free of any obligations and available to fight anyone, Bam would have to jump up 3 weight divisions to fight Inoue. 2 is already hard enough, but 3 is damn near impossible. Granted, Inoue would be a small featherweight, but Bam would still be the naturally smaller guy. To prevent that from happening, Bam would need to move up to 122 this year, but that can only happen if Estrada suddenly pulls out of the rematch, and that's very unlikely. But this is assuming that Inoue and his team would want this fight as well, and I'm not sure if they do. I don't think that Inoue is the type of person to turn down a fight with anyone, but Bob Arum might. Bam is a matchroom fighter, while Inoue is with Top Rank. Arum has already refused the matchroom opponent this year, Murjan Akhmadaliev, so I wouldn't be surprised, and I want to put it past Arum to do the same thing to Bam. And I'm not sure if Eddie Hearn would let one of his fighters take such a big risk like this. The payday would be massive, but sometimes risk outweighs the reward. But it would make more sense for Bam to focus on his division and become undisputed at 115. WBA champion Kazuto Ioka and IBF champion Fernando Martinez are unifying this upcoming Sunday, while the WBO champion Kosai Tanaka defends his title July 20th. Based on this schedule, Bam will have the opportunity to fight the other champions by next year. If he were to beat Ioka and Tanaka, Bam would become a big name in Japanese boxing because those 2 Japanese boxers are pretty big within their own country. This would create more hype for an Inoue fight, but Inoue will most likely be at featherweight at that time, so a 3 weight division jump would still have to happen. However, there's one more obstacle in the way of making this potential fight, and its name is Junto Nakatani. Nakatani is currently the 118 WBC champion and has been making waves in boxing as of recently. In my opinion, he's the most dangerous Japanese boxer after Inoue, and is the favorite in taking over the bantamweight division. If anyone were to move up in weight to fight Inoue, Nakatani would be first in line, especially if Nakatani defeats Takuma Inoue, the younger brother of Naoya Inoue. This would make for a huge domestic showdown that Inoue would have to face. Additionally, if Bam moves up in weight for Inoue, I have a strong feeling that Bam will have to fight Nakatani first or compete against him to get the Inoue fight. I don't know why, and I can't give you a detailed explanation, but I just think that will happen. To be honest, Nakatani is a dark horse in the lower weight classes, and I have a strong feeling that he's capable of beating both Bam and Inoue. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. Thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing with Madiba. Hit like subscribe and more content's coming your way.